How's everybody out there doing today? Oh yeah. Man, I'm gonna do a real quick build tutorial for the Wasp Nano. That Wasp Nano, of course, it's not gonna focus, but you get the idea. It's such a simple build. It's all stainless steel. It's 26 gauge stainless steel 316L gauge wire made by Temco. She's made in USA. That's why I like this wire. But you got 32 gauge stainless steel 316L Temco wire, also 32 gauge. All right, that's all you need. And we're making a fused clapton, which is the best build in my opinion for flavor in that Wasp. Okay, there's a little thing called vape tool right there. You see it? Vape tool right there. So you click on that. Okay. Now, you go up to the top here and you hit the coil calculator. I'm going to go ahead and click it in. All right. And then there's a little box. It's a single coil. So you click on Fuse Clapton. The core is going to be, you got to click right here where it says Canthal A1. Okay. Click right there. And scroll up till you get to stainless steel 316L. Click on that. Then you scroll down and you're using 26 gauge, so you got to change it because it starts you out at 24 gauge. So I changed it to 26 gauge. Okay. If you can get it to focus. All right, hit next. Okay. And your outer wrap is, you got to click where it says the Canthal A1 right here. Click that. You'll have a little thing. You scroll up till you get to 316L stainless steel. And you got it set at 32 gauge. You see? Hit next. Boom. Okay. Now it pulls up this screen. All right. Tells you got two cores of 26 gauge stainless steel wire. Make sure it says stainless steel right up at the above. And then you got one that says 32 gauge 316. I'm doing a 3 millimeter bit. My leg length is 3.0. Okay. 5 wraps. Hold on, that didn't turn out right. Something didn't add up right. Single coil, boom. Fused clapton, boom. Stainless steel 316L right there. 26 gauge, next. Stainless steel on the outside also, 316L. It's kind of hard to do it on camera, sorry people. 33 millimeter bit. Okay. Leg length. I'm gonna do 6 wraps. I'm gonna put on there. Let's see, that's not even calculating like it did earlier. Let me start over. It should ohm out at about a 0.25 to a 0.3 ohm build is actually what it should calculate as. 316L, 26 gauge, 32 gauge outer, 3 millimeter bit, 6 wraps. But you'll see because it's 5 on the bottom or 5 on the top, whichever way you want to place it. And then 6 on the other side. So it's a little confusing, I know, but it's really, really simple. All right, now it's saying I'm getting it's going to ohm out about a 0.238 ohm build, but you'll see it'll come out perfect. Okay. Now, first thing you do is I'm going to go ahead and drop the camera down so you can see my little building area. I got my little swivels over here that are mounted to a board so they spin and everything. Let me scoot this over a little bit so you can see even better. Move this out of the way so you can see better. All right, we're going to take the 26 gauge stainless steel and we're making just one coil. So you see on this, it's got a little hole and that's where I stuck it in. So I'm going to go 1, 2 to right there. to where the hole is at. I'm gonna hold it just like this. Cut my wire just like that. Hold your thumb right here so it doesn't unravel. Stick it back through that hole and just wrap it around just like that. And boom, there's your 26 gauge. So you can put it up. Now, the 32 gauge, I'm using a beadalon. See, just little cheap old beadalons you can find on eBay, Amazon, whatever. And I put a little paper clip in there. So it's kind of a little tight, but it's not too tight because you want it to be able to pull. You see what I'm saying? The spool will move. See? And pull you out about, I don't know, maybe about 8 inches to start out with. Okay? And have that ready. Alright, now you take your stainless steel 316L, and I don't straighten my wire. I really don't. Because in my opinion, some wires you have to, some wires you don't. I think it deteriorates, it stretches your wire. You put both of them together so the ends are together just like that, and just put a little L in it. Just like that. Simple as all get up. Get down here to your chuck, and you want each one of these leads to go in a different slot. You've got 3 slots in your drill. You put one in one slot and the other one in another slot and slide them in. Just like that. And then tighten it down. Just like that. And give it a good twist and make sure it's good and tight. And then pull on it to make sure that the wires will not come out. You see that? They're in that drill. Okay? And you just stick your finger and pull a little bit. Then take your finger and run it down just like this. Stick it on your little fishing lure. Tighten it, pull it a little bit, not too tight, you know. Perfect, just like that. You see that? How easy that is? Now you remember these little that are sticking up right here? You can see them, they're sticking out. You pick one of them and just wrap your 32 gauge just right around that like 2 or 3 times. 1, 2, good enough. Okay. And then you know the slots that you stuck your wires in, there should be a little gap. Just stick it right in that little slot right there. Look at that, I done cut myself. Alright, now you hold it tight, but not too tight. You want to make sure your swivels are turning and everything. Okay, and you want to make you a little, getting that back, a little overlap in each other right here at the beginning, and you'll see why. And then you just start wrapping and make sure that it stays straight. Okay, now let me drop my glasses on. Everything's spinning right. Start out slow. Okay, now I've got it to where all of it's a real tight twist and all my swivels are moving now. I can speed it up now a little bit. And I put my finger on the wire so it doesn't bounce so much. You see what I'm talking about? So it doesn't bounce too much. See how it just moves right along? And you're getting a tight wrap on the outside wrap too with that beadalon. Now I'm going to show you, you know, you see your wire wanting to twist just a little bit, your 2 core wires. I'm going to show you how you get that out. It's really, really easy. I mean, this is the easiest way to build a fuse pipe, and this is the way I do it all the time now. Every once in a while, I'll use that clothespin jig. Now, right when you get to the end, make sure your beadalon is right there. So when it hits right here, it's going to back up on itself, and that's what you want it to do. You want it to back up on itself. There it goes. Now pull it out a little bit. And back it up and make it a big old lump right there. And then pull it out a little bit and then just cut it. Boom. See how easy and quick that was? Take it off of your jig there. Now you can see right here it's got a lot of twist in it. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's got a bunch of twist right here. Now all of this other part looks pretty daggone flat if you ask me, in my opinion. Now it's best to use ceramic tweezers, or another thing you can do is just take you some painter's tape and wrap your pliers right here on the end. But I don't even do that, you know. I just take it, and right where it starts to spin, where it's twisted, you put your pliers right there and squeeze it, not too hard because you don't want to damage your stainless steel. Put it in reverse and just undo that little twist that's in it. Go a little farther than it was and then hold your finger right there and let go. Now, let's see here. I see one more little twist. Let's see here, right here. Perfect. Oh boy, this is gonna be a good coil. Now I'm gonna show you a little trick, something else I do. Now you know you want that real tight outer wrap, correct? So when you go to wrap your coil, you're not loosening up that outer wrap. You see how flat it got when I just untwisted it just a little bit. But what I do is I find the part where, you know, it's a good, starting a good coil, and I take it and I bend it just like this and pinch it just like that. Okay, bend up this little part right here and just snip that off. Snip it off right there. Boom, that easy. Then you take your pliers and flatten down that end part. This way, when you're wrapping, your outer wrap will not slide off the end of your two core wires. You see? And then clip off that big thing. Now, when you get your coil wrapped, you can cut these two little ends off. You see how I got that now? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. No wrap, I mean no twist in it. It's a perfectly flat wire. Now, check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the build on the Wasp. Let me take that big hunk of a beast off and screw my Wasp on here, just like that. And I'm gonna turn my wattage down because I had that sucker because I was doing that big dead rabbit, and this is stainless steel, so I'm gonna put it about 30 watts. But I'm gonna cut the power off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is old Relo RH200. Ain't nothing to it. All right, now where is my coiling jig? 3mm coiling jig right here. The way I wrap my coils. Now you got to think. The screws are on the opposite sides. Okay, so the way I wrap it, I have 5 wraps on the bottom, 6 on top, and the reason why I do it that way is because whenever your cotton comes out, if you only have 5 wraps on the bottom, your cotton lays down in the bottom so much easier than you'll have 6 wraps, it looks like, on the top. Now, if those 6 wraps are on the bottom, and when you raise your coil up, it kind of deforms, it kind of makes your leg length even longer. You'll see here in a minute. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to hold it with my finger just like this, okay? And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to start wrapping it like this. But I'm not pulling on the wire. I am pushing it around the jig. And you're wanting like about 6 wraps. It doesn't matter if they're close together or anything, because you can fix that later. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do one more. See how I'm just pushing it around instead of pulling on the wire itself? That's the way you wrap a fused clapton so you don't get the gaps. Oh well, I tried. That go on camera. All right, now take your pliers. See, with those two little things, now when you pull it, it won't, unravel on you, but you still grab it pretty tight and pull, holding the other end of your wire so it doesn't, unravel, but you pull, and then you grab the other side and you do the same thing. You pull just like that. Okay? Now, take your coil, you space it out a little bit. Make sure it's, get both sides. Okay? Then when you get it spaced out like this, it looks all janky and everything, but we're going to straighten it up. You'll see. Watch this. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to push it. Boom. Look at that. Perfectly spaced fused clapton, stainless steel fused clapton. Pull on it one more time on each side. Oh, yeah. See, now that's how you build a coil right there. Look how evenly spaced that coil is. See what I'm talking about? Just so easy, and I'll probably take some pictures of it later. Now, remember, you only need 5 on top, 6 on bottom, and this is, you just pull your wire so one lead comes out one side and one lead comes out the other. Just like that. One on the other side. And there's your coil. Now, if you count on this bottom side, there's only 5 wraps, and on this side, there would be 6. You see that? Count them. Okay. Now, the thing is, wrapping it overhand, if you wanted those 6 on the bottom, you'd have to wrap it backwards, and they're not gonna, to make it work to get the 6 on the bottom. But I like the 6 on the top. Now all you do is just stick your coil right in this side after you got your screws unscrewed. If I can get it in there. Fix this sucker up a little bit. Might have to unscrew my screws a little bit more. That one went in just fine. Now, why ain't that ain't going in? Well, I am having the hardest time. And it's usually just so daggone. There it goes. I didn't have my screw unloose good enough. Take your coil jig, stick it in your coil, and lift up while it's, before it's even screwed down, lift up a little bit, because once you tighten this thing down, it's going to be there. And you want your coil right at the top of, so it's sticking right above, not too much, but right above, so your airflow is going to go, And what I do is I stick my fingers underneath to hold the coil up a little bit. And sometimes I'll even take it out of the, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my coiling rod and stick it in there so it's easier to hold it up. See what I'm talking about? How much easier that is? Alright, and get it about where you want it. And then just tighten that sucker down. Just like this. There's that one. Well, there's that one. Now let's pull it up a little bit. Get it good and centered in there so it's not touching either side. Pull it out, look at it real good in the light. Oh, that's looking so good. So good. Alright, there's that. Then take your tweezers, your pliers, or your cutters. I'll get it right in a minute. Boom, there's that one. Alright, and just bend it out just a little bit. Stick it right in there, just like that. Boom, there's that one. Now get in there and try to get a little closer if you can. Yep, perfect. That one's perfect. Recheck your coil and everything. Make sure it's centered. You see how high I got it right now? You see that? Oh yeah. Now we're gonna turn our power back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We got it 30 watts. It came out 0.28 ohm. Actually, is what it's saying. Okay. Now I put it at 30 watts because you see it says 0.28. Yeah, 0.28 ohm. You see that? But you want to put it at a low wattage so when you ramp, now let me cut the light off. Now, the little trick to this, you take your ceramic tweezers or whatever you're working with and you strum it against the grain all along, especially where the wire goes into the post. Scratch that a little bit. Scratch it on the top real good, and then tap it. Tap it. Tap it. And what you're looking in the dark, you want to see if there's any hot spots. Oh, it's coming right from the center too. It's looking good. Let me get my colon jig back in there. Lift it up a little bit. It got hot quick. Yeah, it got hot and quick. Make sure it's good and centered. Oh yeah. You see the color already coming on it. That's all you need. Right there. See that color? Ain't that pretty? So I'm talking about. It's not touching either side. That is a gorgeous coil. See how the wire didn't separate too much? You see what I'm talking about? Now all you gotta do is just take let me cut my light back on. Throw all these little pieces of wire away while I'm thinking about it, because you dang sure don't want your wife, girlfriend, or yourself to step on that daggone wire, because that'll ruin your whole day. Alright, take the cotton, and I'm going to cut. I'm going to use pad cotton this time. I'm going to cut about, not that much. That's it. Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to peel off that side. I'm going to peel off this side. Just like that. I'm going to show you a little trick that I do with my pad cotton. I take it and I pull it apart a little bit. Just like that. And then I take it and I pull it a little bit on the sides even. You see? See how I did that? Fluffed it up basically. Make sure your hands are clean and washed real good, because your cotton will suck up any kind of oils on your fingers. And then roll it up real gently, not real hard. You don't want to pack your cotton, and then just twist one end just like this. Just like that. Stick it right through there, just like that. Pull it straight through. And you can feel a little tension. You want it a little tight, but you don't want it to move the coil too bad. Then you take your little tweezers like this, or a toothpick, or whatever you're using, and just lightly comb it out. Just like that. Comb it out real good. And then comb it out on the other side. Just like that. Just like that. Sure enough. Then you take your cotton, you fold it down just like this, and you cut it right where you know the bottom of your deck is at. Because there's a little lip on your Wasp right here at the bottom. There's a little lip right below that bottom O-ring, that rubber gasket. Just cut it right there. Just like that. Okay. Fluff it up a little bit more. Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. Get it fluffy. Take your pliers. Pick cotton up and just set it right down in the bottom. Take your pliers. Feel the other side. Just set it right down in the bottom. Just like that. Perfect. And then take you some e-juice. This sweet vanilla peach version 3. I made it on 421. I've already gone through 90 mils of this e-juice. And look at the pretty peach color on it. This recipe is going to be the next one I put out. It's coming out soon, trust me. It is coming out soon. Me and my wife, today's Mother's Day, me and my wife are going to, and my stepdaughter are going to, two of my stepdaughters are going to Memphis, Tennessee today, leaving today and going to see Graceland. Oh yeah. Juice this bad boy up. Hold it just a little bit, get it in the cotton real good. Just like that. Now, let's see. Guess what? It ohmed out 0.3 ohm build. Perfect. You see that? 0.3 ohm build. And I'm going to bring it up to 3.7 volts. Which is about 45.6 watts. See what I'm talking about? You ain't got to vape that daggone high, all that high wattage and stuff. I mean, that's just crazy. Crazy talk. Crazy, crazy talk. Damn, man. If y'all don't own a Wasp Nano, I'm telling you, Fast Tech's got them for like $12.50, you know, and they're authentic Wasp Nanos. Instead of paying $30 on some website, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. Man, you talk about flavor for days. Stainless steel coil, 45 watts, 0.3 ohm build on the Wasp Nano. Hope y'all enjoyed that one. See y'all on the next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Later, y'all.